It's highly likely that the first person you'll come into contact with will be a volunteer. And I can guarantee you that they will greet you with a smiling face and a caring attitude and a willingness to help you in any way that they can.
I have been a volunteer for 30 years.
I've been a volunteer here for 12 years.
I have been a volunteer at Northern Hospital of Surry County for 12 years.
If I had one word to describe the volunteers, it would just be awesome. They are tremendously awesome.
I've been a volunteer for 37 years.
I volunteer in the gift shop.
Volunteers give back to the hospital with time, talent, and treasure.
And I have enjoyed really the challenges of that volunteer opportunity.
And one day I decided that I was tired of sitting around the house and crocheting or doing whatever. And I came and signed up. And after I did 1 day a week for a while, I decided I wanted to do more, so I went to 2 days a week. And I love every minute of it. It's a blessing to me especially.
They are just a tremendous asset to the department. They help us transport patients to x-ray and surgery and discharging patients out of the unit. They help deliver flowers and nourishments when patients have extra requests in between meal times.
They take it in and they turn it around and they bring joy into a place that may not seem like it has a lot of joy. So what they do is priceless.
They are an awesome group to work with. They're just a tremendous asset to us.
I've been a volunteer off and on for about 6 years, but I've also been an employee as a registered nurse.
Although they do work thousands, tens of thousands of hours each year, it's not just about the amount of time that they're giving, but it's the passion and the enthusiasm and the dedication that they pour into that time that makes it so special.
Our volunteers are so selfless to give of their time in order to help take care of others.
My typical day would be I come in about 6:30 and get ready for the day. Usually before 7, I'll have a call to either take a patient for a test or make a delivery from the kitchen. And then as the day progresses, we continue to take patients for tests. We discharge patients. We take empty beds to PACU. We do pharmacy deliveries and anything that helps the employees, but most of all, that help the patients.
Helping patients, running errands, being busy. I like that. Some days it's not busy. I bring my crochet bag and I crochet and I throw it down every time I get a call to go. I'm ready.
I had a baby in 73. I was diagnosed with lupus in 75, and the doctor took me out of work, told me I probably wouldn't live to see my children grown. But I had other plans, or God had other plans for me, and he told me I needed to get out and do volunteer work. So I came to the hospital and started volunteering for my sake. And when I got here, it turned out to be for other people's sake more so than mine. It helped me and it helped other people also. And I love it.
I guess the thing that draws me back out of myself continually is the music that you do with skilled care folks, the ones that can come into the activity room. And you have folks there that don't know who they are anymore, and they don't know where they are, but suddenly they know every verse of those old hymns. They don't have to look, they can't see anymore, but they sing every verse. And when I leave, when I had come in thinking, I don't have anything to give you folks, and I leave and they start telling me, this has just made my day. This made my day. And so it sort of makes my day too, if you look at it that way.
There are a lot of reasons that I volunteer here. First of all, Dr. Bokesh years ago told me I needed to walk. Well, I have bad legs.
After I retired, I was bored at home. I was looking for something to do. So I thought that'd be one way to get out of the house and give back to the community.
And so I said, well, this would be a good place for me to walk because it's all flat. And so I volunteered here, and lo and behold, I really started to enjoy it more and more. And as time went by, I tried my best to get other folks to come in and join in with us, because it is such a blessing to be able to help the people here, not only the patients, but the staff. And the staff really appreciates us too, by the way.
And I didn't want to stay home by myself.
Every institution wants somebody who's invested in what they do. And when you're talking to a volunteer and they've been here for 37 years, they have invested their life. They have, this is a career for them.
And yeah, I get tired, but I'm getting a little bit of age on me too. I'll be 79 this year. And so with all of that in mind, why, I say to myself, don't quit, buddy. This is a perfect place for you.
The thing that sticks out in my mind the most, my husband and I have been blessed to be Santa and Mrs. Claus on the skilled unit for several Christmases. And one Christmas past, we would visit some of the residents in their rooms, the ones that could not come out to the party. And one little lady who was totally blind, we walked into her room, her family was there and one of the nurses with us, and we told her, you know, Santa and Mrs. Claus have come to see you. My husband, as Santa with the beard, he goes over and gives her a big hug, and she feels the fur on his costume. And she goes, "Oh, Santa, I've been waiting for you for so long." And she started singing Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Did you know there's 6 verses to that? There was not a dry eye in the room. Everybody was just sobbing. It was so sweet. And that stands out in my mind, the blessing that we had to give to her, but she gave back to us.
I think the volunteers have a huge impact on the hospital.
We can read cards to them, read letters to them, read the newspaper to them.
It's like a family that we are here with on a daily basis. Now, I don't know all of the volunteers by name, but it doesn't make any difference if we see a volunteer. We know what it's all about.
They are here each day. They're welcoming our patients, serving the visitors, and supporting our staff. And it's often the volunteers that are here that are able to bring a smile to a patient's face. And sometimes to that patient, that is just as important as the medical care that they're receiving.
After I retired, after working for 47 plus years, and I got a lot of some of my bucket list items completed, and even fewer of my honey-do list completed, I decided I needed more to do during the week to occupy my time. My father had been a volunteer at a hospital in Winston-Salem, so I thought I'd give that a try here at Northern Hospital. After meeting some of the other volunteers and the staff here, the camaraderie here was just great. I'm a people person. I enjoy helping people when I can.
I think it's safe to say that volunteering has 2 sides. It's what we give, obviously, but what we get. And I think that's a really good trade, very good trade.
If I could describe the group of volunteers in one word, it would most definitely be dedicated. They don't have to be here, they choose to be here. And our volunteers often treat their roles with the same level of professionalism that's often required of a full-time job. And they don't lower their quality output just because it's not a paid position. They put in hours of effort and they do it without complaint. And they always put their best effort forward because they realize the difference that's being made in the lives of other people.
They are just wonderful. They come with friendly service, a smile on their face, never hesitant to help us do anything.
I needed to be busy, and I became a volunteer for that reason. It makes me feel good when I think that maybe I have done something good to help a patient during the day, and when I leave, I have a warm, fuzzy feeling and the hope that maybe I touched a life and made a difference for that day.
The volunteer group as a whole is very close. They're really like one big family. If one hurts, they all hurt, and they have a really special bond that goes far beyond just working together.
I like to keep people happy, and I like to see people smile and laugh.
I love to see people I don't love to see them sad, but when I see people sad, if I can talk with them, I can see how they turn around as we get to the end of the hall.
It's very rewarding to me, and I think other people would find that it would be rewarding to them.
I encourage people, if they got time, to be a volunteer.
I think I've gotten more out of being a volunteer than any of the staff or the patients here, and I would highly recommend anyone else giving it a try.
I would encourage people to volunteer. It gets you out of the house, you're giving back to the community, and I enjoy the people.
Healthcare can be seen as an institution and sometimes lifeless if you're on the outside. Volunteers are the heartbeat. They are our champions and they are our ambassadors.
I feel like even though it's volunteer and we don't get paid, I feel like we are paid really anyway because we get a lot of thanks, compliments, pats on the back from employees, and when we get them from patients, it's really very special. Makes you feel good.